ज्ञानद्विरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON Bolla official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss 12th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto, in which we will discuss about conversation between Jadabharat and King Rahugana. That is most important chapter. So, because Maharaj Rahugana was still doubtful about the enlightenment, he asked the Brahmana Jadabharat to repeat his instructions and clarify ideas he couldn't understand in this chapter. Just like Arjuna says in Bhagavad Gita, King Tad Brahma, King Adhyatma, King Karma Purushottam, Adhibhutam Chaking Proktam, Adhidaivam Kimuchate. Like that. What are those terms? What is Atma? What is Brahma? What is Paramatma? What is Adhidaiva? These things, questions. And even if the Lord says these things, then we don't understand it. So it is only by the mercy of the Lord or the spiritual master that we can understand. Here Jadabharat will give mercy to King Rahugana. So, in 4 verses, Jadabharat has replied, and King Rahugana will express his indebtedness to him, and he asks further questions. Maharaj Rahugana offers his respectful obeisances to Jadabharat, who was concealing his real position. He is a Mahatma. The king could understand by his speech how exalted and advanced he was in spiritual knowledge. He very much regretted his offenses against him. Maharaj Rahugana was bitten by the serpent of ignorance, but was cured by the nectarian words of Jadabharat. Bitten by the serpent of ignorance. We are all bitten by the serpent of ignorance, and will be cured by the nectarian words of Jadabharat. And this lecture is also like that. Later, because he was doubtful about the subjects discussed, he made further inquiries, one question after another. First, he wanted to be released from the offense he had committed at the lotus feet of Jadabharat. So Maharaj Rahugana was somewhat unhappy at not being able to grasp Jadabharat's instructions, which are full of meaning that could be understood by a materialistic person. That could not be understood by a materialistic person. Therefore, Jadabharat repeated his instructions more clearly in 5 to 10, these 6 verses. He said that on the surface of the globe, all living entities, moving and non-moving, were but transformations of the earth in different ways. The king was very proud of his king's body, but that body was simply another transformation of the earth. Out of his false prestige, the king was misbehaving toward the palanquin carrier as a master towards a servant, and was actually very unkind to other living entities. Consequently, King Rahugana was unfit to give protection to the citizens, and because he was ignorant, he was unfit to be counted among advanced philosophers. Everything in the material world is but a transformation of the earth, although things have different names according to their transformations. Actually, the varieties are one and the same, and ultimately all these varieties are vanquished into atoms. Nothing is permanent in this material world. The variety of things and their distinctions are simply mental concoctions. So 11 to 13, these 3 verses, Lord's equality, Lord's quality, etc. described. These are true. That is not Maya, illusion. The absolute truth is beyond illusion and is manifest in 3 features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ultimate realization of the absolute truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, called Vasudeva by his devotees. In verse 12, King Jadabharat says, Jarogani tatapasa na jati na tejya nirvapanad grahadva na chandasa na jalagni surya vina mahat pada rajobhisekam. My dear King Rahugana, unless one has the opportunity to smear his entire body with the dust of the lotus feet of great devotees, one cannot realize the absolute truth. One cannot realize the absolute truth simply by observing celibacy or brahmacharya, strictly following the rules and regulations of household life, Leaving home as a vanprastha, accepting sannyas, or undergoing severe penances in winter by keeping oneself submerged in water, or surrounding oneself in summer by fire and the scorching heat of the sun. There are many other processes to understand the Absolute Truth, but the Absolute Truth is only revealed to one who has attained the mercy of a great devotee. Vina Mahat Pada Rosali Sekam. So in the purport, Siddhartha Swami says, Ijaya means Vaidiki Karmana, and the activities prescribed in Veda. Nirvapanat means Annadi Sambhi Bhagena, distribution of food. Gruhadva means Tat Nimita Parupakarena, for that doing welfare activities. And Chandasai means Vedabhyasena, by reading Veda. So we are now reading Veda, Chandasa. So one may say that, well, I will take dust from the lotus feet of a great devotee and smear it on our head. So it's okay? No. What is that? What does it mean? Jatro tamasloka gunanavada rastu yate gramya katha vighada nisevyamano anudinam mumukyo mating satingja chativasudere. What is association of devotees? That means who are the pure devotees mentioned here. In an assembly of pure devotees, there is no question of discussing material subjects like politics and sociology. In an assembly of pure devotees, there is discussion only of the qualities, forms and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is praised and worshipped with full attention. In the association of pure devotees, by constantly hearing such topics respectfully, even a person who wants to merge into the existence of Absolute Truth abandons this idea and gradually becomes attached to the service of Vasudeva. The purport of Prabhupada Maharaj says, the students in this institution, that is ISKCON, engage in the cultivation of Krishna consciousness from 5 in the morning to 10 at night. They actually have no opportunity to waste their time unnecessarily by discussing politics, sociology and current events. And these will go their own way. A devotee is concerned only with the serving Krishna positively and seriously. So in 14 to 16, these 3 verses describe Jadabharat reveals himself. Who is this Jadabharat? Jadabharat also told about his own position, previous birth, and informed the king that by the grace of the Lord he still remembered all the incidents of his past life. You don't remember our past life? Due to the activities of his past life, Jadabharat was being very cautious and was therefore assuming the characteristics of a deep and dumb man to avoid mingling with the material world. Association with the material modes of nature is very powerful. The bad association of materialistic men can be avoided only in the association of devotees. In the association of devotees, one is given an opportunity to render devotional service in 9 different ways, as described by Prahlad Maharaj. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasavanam Arthanam Bandhanam Dasya Sakya Atmanivedanam, described in 7th canto, 5th chapter, text 23. In this way, in the association of devotees, one can pass over material association, cross over those omniscience and return home back to Godhead. So in this way, we can perfect our life. So in this way, there are so many instructions given by Jadabharat to King Rahugana. Then King Rahugana will again ask several questions to clarify these points. These points are not so easy to understand. So anyway, by the grace of Lord and our spiritual master, we have been able to discuss all these topics. And we have completed 5th canto, 12th chapter. The next we will discuss 13th chapter, further clarification by Jadabharat, who he was, all we see. We have given a video, that is topic is 1,000 into 10,000 years. That is 1 crore. 1 crore years he ruled, and still then young. So you will reveal this thing in the next chapter. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Hari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.